Hey y'all, Moses here. Welcome back to PUBG Academy episode number 2. We've got some squad gameplay on Erangel coming up, and I wanted to say thank you guys for all the positive responses to the first video. We've got lots more coming down the pipe, but I have to give you a reminder. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It's one of those things where I know you hear YouTubers say it all the time, but it really does help the channel. And you know what else helps? Checking out the sponsors, Antlion Audio. Everything is on sale right now at Antlion. They've got the nice wireless headset here. You can just slap any nice headset on with a nice microphone, have great quality sound. They've got all sorts of products, all on sale. Go check them out. They truly are a great manufacturer and a supporter of the channel. So I've got a couple of these things to give away. That'll be coming later. But for now, let's jump into today's video. All right, so we are here on Erangel. We have Shadow Wolf, who submitted his squad replay. So they'll be on Team 19, so that's what we'll be focusing on. We're going to focus more on the squad than the individual player here for these squad replays. The only thing that I don't know is if this is a random squad or if these guys know each other. So we'll probably find that out based on their play style here relatively early. So we'll be following Shadow Wolf and his compatriots here on Erangel, and we'll see what happens. So let's jump in and see where they go. Looks like we are headed to Milta, I think. So it looks like we have Super Mobs, Implosion, Shadow Wolf, and Sol GOOD, otherwise known as Team 19. So yeah, we're landing on the vehicle. First of all, gonna secure that. Always important to get the early game vehicle as a squad. He's back out again. That's tremendous. All right, so they are going to be looting in Milta. We're going to let them get looted up. So we'll fast forward here through the looting phase. They had another guy away from that first circle closing, so we're still in phase number 1. These guys are rocking and rolling. They do have the vehicles, and it looks like they're getting ready to head out. So in squad gameplay, more so than duo gameplay, those fences. It's important to kind of rotate into the zone in this first phase relatively. You know, you want to get that mid-game position locked down in this first phase. So we'll see how they actually transition into the zone. Hold on, I gotta smooth the camera. Nice and smooth. So they're just going straight into the zone. I'm not sure what compound they're going to choose. We'll just see where they decide to go. The circle hasn't closed yet. You can see the red zone going off in the background there. Implosion's in the lead vehicle, so he's going to be scouting for a compound. Slowing down as he approaches. Anyone shooting at me? No, not really. Nice approach here on this one. So this is a proper stop here. So you never, in this case, there's no need to attack this compound straight on, like crashing into it. You can if you want, but this is the safer maneuver. And if you want to win more games, this is kind of how you scout a compound. So they come up on top. They can check the window, see if anyone's shooting at them. We already know there's no one there, but they don't. So they're checking it out. Anyone getting aggro? Doesn't look like it. This is a relatively good center position. The circle has popped, though, so I'm not sure if they're going to want to stay here. So one thing to note is that they've just arrived here. The circle has just shifted. In competitive play, they would actually, in my opinion, probably jump in their vehicles and probably move on at this stage. Maybe, depending on the team and the players, but there's still another middle compound, and this one is actually really good. You get real good control in this compound. You got good vision. You can flex up onto the hill, which a lot of people do. This hill is very strong. A lot of good cover, dips, and grit. And again, it's all about vision and control. And between the compound and the hilltop, this is a very strong spot. And it's not even that far away. They could scout it with scopes from even across the field if they wanted to. This is a team that, at least in Shadow Wolf's case, is at a decent level. I'm focusing on the team, so I'm not really going to go into the hours and the ranking and stuff like that. But this is an experienced team, and you can tell just by how they're playing. Looks like they're not going to want to move just yet. Maybe checking for those little extra bits of loot that they might not have just yet. But this is timing right now. If you want to maximize wins in squad play, is always positioning over everything else. We talked about in the previous game about Vikendi and the water and stuff like that. So looking at the river, this channel between the military island and the main island, you know that the circle is going to come off the water pretty soon. Okay, I'm not sure if it's not super settings, so it's not going to be the third shift every time, but this water will come out of the zone. And looking at where that circle will go, it'll probably keep some of the water in for the next zone, but this compound right here is going to give you the flexibility to A, hold it, B, use the hill, or C, kind of rotate and go wherever you want to go after that. So this would be the position I would try and fight for. And if you want to win more games, you're going to have to try and take these earlier fights, even if this compound was potentially occupied. But the closest team is here, and they are going to have a team transitioning across the field from them. No shots coming out just yet. Oh, we lost a couple. Looks like they're out in the woods. Oh, nice defense. Yeah, they're going to force this team to rotate the other direction, and they did stop, actually. So now they're going to actually have to defend this thing. Oh, they're committing. Okay, let's see what happens. Shadow Wolf's actually up front, and this team wants to battle. Checking the exterior. We're going to watch this from the bird's eye view as like a chess match. So these guys, team 3 on the exterior wall, they've got some good security here. And now I'm not sure what the defense strategy was here, but these guys came out of the compound to the top of the hill, which I don't mind. That kind of allows team 19 to maintain good control of probably the weakest point on this compound, which is this hill. So they did prevent this team from getting the high ground on them and also getting position on their cars and that kind of thing. So now it's a matter of defending, and they need to get this initial down as team 3 is now taking the compound one building at a time and forcing them into this 3-story, or the 2-story rather, murder house, as I like to call it. And Saul's moved over here on the exterior on a flank. He's going all the way around. This could be a massive here, as Saul is going to be the playmaker in this situation, as all attention is toward the 2-story house, the murder house, and the water tower. Saul's going to come in on the backside. Oh, the jump! Gets one down. This is rough. He's got super aggro here. Yeah, I would have stuck it here on the exterior wall. So what Saul did there is he jumped in. He did get the trade. Like he went 1 for 1, which isn't horrible. But now there's no trade. So he jumped into the warehouse. Jumping across this open mouth was not the play. You just want to peek in here, get the down, and then force them to come out of the building, because there's no way for them to come out to get you. And then you can start chucking grenades in there, and your team can come over to help you. So you can already see that Super Mobs and Shadow Wolf now have to react to the fact that Saul is down. So if Saul was still alive, they would have them trapped in this warehouse, and it would be up to like implosion. You know, he knows there's a guy in this building. So the comms are, there's one in the yellow roof, and the rest are in the warehouse. But Saul overcommitted and now puts his team in a position to have to come bail him out. Another good down there. Super Mobs will get it. And they flushed his teammate, so that's really Saul's fault. Sucks, but that's the way she goes. Super Mob's been down by somebody else, I believe, up on the hilltop, so they're getting third party. And they will finish this warehouse team off. But Super Mob's been finished off as well from the exterior, so really this thing unfolds. And that's just how quickly it can come apart for a squad. Is if one team member makes a mistake and you have to react to it. Now they've lost 2. They've got a couple of kills for it, but now it's going to be up to team number 1 to try and clean this up. So now it's a bit of a waiting game as Asai over here is all by himself. They know he's there. Just going to be waiting. Team number 1 isn't getting aggro. We haven't seen the circle yet. Okay, well, it didn't do what we thought it was going to do. It stayed 50% water. So now this compound where Team 7 is the strongest in the zone. Ferry Pier is an option, but they have team number 1 between them and Ferry Pier, so it might get a little hairy. Trying to chase down the last guy here. Implosion's looking to go one-on-one. Oh, unlucky. He's going to run out and flush him. Okay, well, SI does get traded to Shadow Wolf, but Team 19 is really taking their licks now. And it looks like team number 1 is getting fought out in the woods. So there's going to be 2 left. But that one over peak by the initial engagement there really set this team back. Both going to boost and off they go. So 2 men in the car. I would have kept. So one thing to note on this circle is just how much open space there is. There's a couple of compounds, like I mentioned. We have this guy here, which is a pretty strong one, and then Ferry Pier. So if I'm Team 19, I'm actually taking both of these vehicles because there might be a chance that the next circle shift, which will be in about 45 seconds, could like hard shift all the way over here. It could hard shift over here. It could come north, and because everything in here is just kind of trees and small divots, you might be using those cars for cover later on. So it might be a wise choice to keep those 2 vehicles in play, even though it's you feel a little safer when you're in the car with your teammate, but that cover would be important later on potentially. Especially if they're coming out here. There is some divots to use, so they could park their car out here in one of the divots and use that as cover. Where are you going? You could potentially stop here. They might be going to the hilltop here. There's a little covered emplacement area, but the circle shifted and now they've driven out of the zone. So now they're gonna have to turn around and come back. Okay, so they've ditched the vehicle. So just for reference, again, if they had a full team and they wanted to play aggro, they could come down over to here. If they wanted, I mean, I've never seen New Erangel played in competitive because we haven't had New Erangel in competitive yet. But typically what I've seen in the past is players playing this ridgeline. You can bring the vehicles up over here, park one like this way, use and just kind of make your own little play here. But you also have this bunker. There's lots of new cover choices around here. But coming out of the zone and leaving the vehicle and then having to potentially run is a little questionable. We'll see what they do. So we got a flare going up. We've got Team 7 in the strong position. Looks like there's only a couple players over there, though. So you're going to be receiving pressure from the northern side. You would have a little bit of vision there, but they do have cover. I mean, this is all new stuff on in this side of the zone. Just waiting now. Not a ton of action for this squad aside from that one compound push. So back in the vehicle, I think they recognize that it's going to be best to keep it. Stay mobile. And they are going to go straight into this little... I'm not sure if that was intentional. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not. But they are here now. So this is a relatively good spot. I bring this vehicle over and park it here just in case because you have like a little end cap to your cover. But they can kind of peek Team 7. Real important here to not take too much damage as Shadow Wolf, I don't think has... He is maxed out in his boost. His vest is okay. Helmet's okay. Implosion's a little bit more worse for wear. I'm not sure what the meds are like. But now you can see the vision that Shadow Wolf has on teams coming into the zone. So you can kind of steal some points or some kills here. Firing away. Hitting the shots with the mini. But not enough. That's the mini right there. You hit 4 shots and get nothing for it. Grenades are going to start to come. Imagine that's being chucked by Team 7. Circle's closing. Crate's coming down. This is where most of this action happens. So now, again, talking about vehicles, if the compound's on the edge of the zone, it should stay in unless the water also stays in. Actually, it might not. If the water comes out like it's supposed to, this compound should stay in. Nope. Okay, so we're going to the actual pier. So there is cover options. Again, new Erangel, but if this was old Erangel, they'd be totally effed without those vehicles. So they're going to immediately run away from the edge of the zone, which is wise. They have a shack to use as a midway point, and then they can just get over, depending on their utility. They do have some, looks like, to get over into these craters. I imagine this would be the best spot right here. But I think either one is fine, really. This is in the zone. They've got cover to work with. Arguably, maybe even a little bit better. Just because the slope of the terrain here. So now Team 7's got to leave, and they've got Team 5 at their backs. And there's going to be not a lot of vision for Team 19 here. Like, you can see Implosion stepping up to look, but it's very difficult to see what's going on. Just waiting at this point. Good spot on the edge of the zone. Like, anyone that comes from this way is going to have to run either directly towards them or go north into this open kind of killing area. It's going to be hard for them, but there's still lots of fighting happening on the edge of the zone as well. So really, this is more positional play than aggressive, which is fine. I mean, positional play is really paramount in success when it comes to successful squad play. But they're going to have some friends getting pretty close here. Oh, he stepped way up. And again, the circle's closing. There's no need to peek that right away. I mean, you can to do damage, but you really don't want to be taking too much damage there with the zone at their backs. Oh, yeah, they're in trouble. They've got both teams on them. So Team 7's dead. The grenades are coming. Implosion gets one. They're in the zone. You just have to wait. Just have to wait a little bit. Use that zone, big fella. Don't flush. Look for the live players. One guy's still coming. No, no, no. There we go. Nice play. Let the zone do the work for you. And the clutch res as well. They're going to lose that kill to somebody else, probably. But nice res. Steps up with the flush. Woo, that got close there for a second. But everything's fine. So that's the upside about positional play right there, is they let the zone do a lot of the work for them. Like, these guys were all getting chunked real good with that phase 5 zone. So got a little close, but they came out on top. So now they're in a bit of a tough situation. I don't know what kind of utility they have. I don't think they are going to have too much. Their meds are likely stressed out. This guy's vest is completely gone from that down he took. And now they've got all of Team 6 across the zone from them with just prime position. So at this stage, they need to have either all 4 up with utility, or individually they need to have worse or less damage to their gear. They have to come up over this ridgeline, and the next closest place that's in the zone is here. So they're in a world of hurt. They could maybe make a play for this bunker, but even then the bunker's not in the zone. This is a very, very difficult situation to win. Really, they're looking for a second place here, hopefully. But this is not like, this is just the luck of the circle. This is not really their fault, but really where this game I think could be improved is in the mid game. The mid game and some of their engagement choices were a little rocky, but let's see what they can do. It's not over yet. Looks like Shadow Wolf's going out into the zone to try and grab some stuff. Gotta be real careful. A lot of damage being done. Not sure if he was able to get anything worthwhile. They've got 13 seconds. Relatively good time management, but they're all half health now. Hopefully boosted. Picked up some more smokes. They're making a good effort. They got to move forward though. They can't stop. Let the smoke plume a little bit. Bus driver's dead to the zone, looks like, or he'll about to be. Yeah, this is rough. They're out of smokes. They got to keep moving. Savage Rage has actually come way up front because Team 6 just knows that they've got this thing in the bag. Yeah, it's pretty much game over. Bus driver does go down, so it will be second place. But very, very difficult game to win for the guys here. Overall, good effort. I did like that clutch at the end was pretty impressive to watch. But from a squad play perspective, I think there is a little bit of room for improvement for sure. But this is a very, very tough area to win. If you're this is just a really rough area. This portion of Erangel. So it has been improved, but you can see like there's just nowhere to go out here. This is This is just a win position. You win if you're here. There's like almost, unless you're you know, getting owned by like superior aiming players that are taking you out, there's almost no chance that a 4-man team is going to lose with the zone in their backs like this. So Team 6 was gifted, but you know what? They've got 4 up, and they've also got the benefit of the zone and hard cover. So really, this is positional play done right. They had to come in this way. They did get the lucky shift, but you know, that is just one component of what will ultimately be, you know, a sum of all the correct decisions that came before it. All right, so that's it. Episode number 2 in the bag. Thank you again for all of your support. Last reminder, don't forget to like and comment and subscribe to the channel if you want to watch more PUBG Academy in the future. And check out Antlion Audio Sale. The link is down below. It helps the channel, it helps me, and it helps me make this content. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you out there.